As we were expecting, the US was an area to look at, and they're having to use their international performance to offset the expected weakness that we got in the US.
Right, so I'm just looking at the resorts really fast. International growth really strong. China up 17%. Europe is up as well. North America is still challenging. It's a little weaker than what I expected. It's down 7% on the footwear side, so it seems like a little still sluggish.
Although the stock isn't really doing anything after hours, 1% move, it's been on a really nice run the last couple months, from just over 50 to getting back close to its all-time highs. This whole thing about people were going to start wearing Adidas instead of Nike, is that still a thing, or is that just like a little phase?
So that's been going on for the last 18 months. But I think Nike and, people went to the Investor Day, analysts looked at the pipeline of products coming out, and I think we're very excited about the prospects next year. But there still is there's a lot of inventory out there. The supply and way more than demand, so they have to clear out a lot of products in much lower margin.
When you say people are excited, that store looks familiar. I feel like I've been to that. Anyway, when you say people are excited about the pipeline, it's like, I understand what that means, like with new iPhones or whatever. What do people see? They see a specific shoe and like, oh, that looks really cool. People are going to wear that? Or like, what does that mean?
So right, to give you an example, the Vapor Max, that's a shoe that came out last year. Cool looking, very clear sole, different colors. If you go to the stores and ask the salespeople, they'll tell you there's a lot of demand for that shoe. It's between $170 and $190, and they never go on sale. So there is strong demand. So that's when you talk about innovation and good-looking product, that's what they mean. It's just a matter of scaling it to impact the business overall.
So how has Nike's shift to selling directly to consumers affected the way that it organizes its business and has to think about how it spends and how it manages the different parts of its empire?
So I think more than anything, the thing that Nike does best is to control where it sells and, most importantly, in what quantities. So if you work with Nike, if you're a Foot Locker or a Finish Line, you actually get an allocation of product. And I think Nike has moved away from that to kind of sell on its own. But they kept some exclusive product when it comes to the retailers. So yes, there's some shift to direct channels, but at the same time, they still have very strong strategic relationship with their partners. The more money those strategic partners invest in branded spaces, the more of the in-demand products they're going to get.
The more exclusives that they give to those guys as well.
Exactly, right.
What else do they need to do here? Because we obviously have got this consumer direct offensive. They've got these 12 key cities that they're targeting, and again, they're pointing to the international growth that we're seeing here. China, as you pointed out, really strong growth there. They've got the selling direct to Amazon here, their shoes, to try and offset some of the counterfeit. What else do they need to do here? And I know you've said the pipeline, but
U.S. product. It starts with product. They have to put more compelling product out there, and I think we've seen a green shoots there. It's just a matter of to clear the old product and kind of selling the new one. It's much more compelling too.
Isn't also waiting for the fashion cycle to turn too? I mean, right now it's kind of fashionable to buy Adidas sneakers, even though Joe's a little skeptical of that. People need to.
I get like there's like these phases, but come on, people always go back to Nike.
So breaking news here, just from the channel checks that I've been doing the last few months, I can tell you that I've seen Adidas doing some sales that I haven't seen before in the last 18 months. So some of the products out there going on sale.
Oh, you mean cutting prices?
Yes, a lot of online sales going into the holiday season. So we might see, Nike is getting his mojo back there.
You know what? I did buy a pair of Adidas sneakers in September, and when I get into it, the trend is over. So
I'm the same way. So.